Hey everyone, welcome to the Farm and Pastor's Wife. I'm so glad you're here. My name's Leslie. Welcome to my kitchen down here on the farm. Today we're going to finish up our series on breakfast freezer meals. It's just me and my husband here. I've made a few for Caroline, our daughter, and Isaac has picked up some. So these are going to be just for me and Bryant. I will bring you back here in just a minute to start on this final episode of our series on breakfast freezer meals.
Hey darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city, let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is...
So this first step could probably be done all in one frying pan. However, I'm not going to put onions and peppers on mine. So I'm going to actually saute them up in a separate pan. And I'm using some bacon grease. Might as well keep the bacon breakfast theme going throughout. And I'm going to turn that burner on. And I'm going to get some... I have some frozen green peppers. What I do is if I buy fresh peppers, if they're starting to go bad, I chop them up, freeze them on a cookie sheet, put them in a bag, and I always have peppers to use. And when you're sauteing them up, chopped up frozen peppers are wonderful. So I'm going to put those in there. I also took a little piece of an onion, chopped it up this morning. You can do the same thing with onions. You can freeze them and have them in your freezer all the time. You just have a day that you're not busy and you just want to chop vegetables, get you some swimming goggles, put them on and cut them onions up. And so we're just going to saute these onions and peppers separately. I think I may add a few more peppers. I like peppers and onions. I'm just trying to concentrate mainly on protein right now, and so they will not go in my frozen breakfast. Okay, so over here in this pan, I'm gonna get a pound of sausage going. Oops, you turn on the right burner. And we're just gonna break it up and kind of crumble it up. I'm basically going to be making my breakfast hash that I love to eat and make all the time. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a whole bunch of that up. Back a while, I would mix the onions and peppers in here, just cook it right with the sausage. But since I'm trying to keep a some without peppers and onions, look, Judah stays here. He may want one, and I'm sure he's not going to eat onions and peppers. So I'm going to make a few without it. That's why I'm sauteing the onions and peppers up separately. Okay, so I'll bring you back once my sausage is cooked and crumbled. So while the sausage is frying and the onions and peppers are sauteing, I'm going to crack some eggs. But I found a partial bag of tater tots. I'm going to stick these in the air fryer, get them going, crack these eggs. I'm going to crack about 10 eggs. I'm not really sure how many. I've never done a whole pound of sausage at one time, so I'm going to start with 10. We may add more, but I'm going to get these in the air fryer, eggs cracking. Okay, y'all, so this is pretty lean sausage. It does have a little bit of grease in it, but not a whole lot. I need a little bit in there for the eggs. So I just took a paper towel and dabbed out as much of the grease that I thought I needed to get out. So depending on how lean or how fat your sausage is depending on how much you would take out. So we're going to turn our burner back on. Get it nice and hot, and I'm just gonna make my normal sausage, egg, and cheese hash, scramble, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna make that up, and then we'll assemble everything and get them ready for the freezer. Okay, so I've just added the eggs, and they begin to scramble, so I'm gonna add a little bit of cheese in here. I don't add a whole lot of cheddar, but I'm gonna leave this out because we'll put this on our freezer sandwiches. And here's my favorite. So if you prefer cheddar, add more cheddar. I love feta. All right. So we are just going to scramble this around. Be sure the eggs are done. That's the main thing. Since these are going to be freezer meals, you don't have to worry about the cheese melting. You could add the cheese later when you assemble the sandwiches. The main thing is to get the eggs completely done, which I believe we are there, folks. And it's okay to get them not completely, I mean, you want to get them done, but you don't have to get them completely hard because they're going to, when you microwave them, when you warm them up, you're going to have them. So, okay, I'm going to take this off the heat. I could just dig into this right here, and I hope I have some left over so I can. All right, I'm gonna get everything else together. I'll meet you at the island and we'll assemble our freezer meals. Okay, everybody, I kind of have an assembly line set up here, minus the water, but we are going to get started putting this together. All right, everybody, let's get started making these sandwiches or this bowl. So let me just go say, if I had a bowl, we would make this like into a breakfast bowl. If I had my leftover gravy that I had from the weekend that mysteriously disappeared, we could just put tater tots, eggs, gravy, the toppings, whatever you wanted to. But since I don't have the gravy, and since mainly because I don't have the gravy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the tater tots in this little square container, and I'm going to put them in the side here. That way they can be added to the egg mixture if they want to be. So in here we're going to go in with our egg mixture, and I'm going to try to save some for all of my dishes. And if you want to put a sprinkle of onions and peppers, just a little bit on top, you surely can. And my bacon kind of crumbled apart, so I'm just going to take a few of my bacon crumbles and stick in there. And there you go. A great breakfast to heat up anytime. But like I said, if you had gravy, you could put it all in one. Like, start with your tater tots, put the gravy down, put the eggs down, put some cheese on top. It'd be a great breakfast bowl. But here we go. This is great nonetheless. Okay, so now here I have some everything but the bagel bagels. Everything bagels. So let's take a couple of these out. And I'm hoping, I could have just fried an egg and it would sit nicely on top, but I wanted to make this easy, so I just scrambled up everything. So we're going to see how this goes. I am going to put just a little bit of mayonnaise just because Bryant likes mayonnaise. I'm going to put mayonnaise on one of them, and we'll have to label which one has mayonnaise and which one doesn't. All right, so I'm going to try to keep this egg together and whole. Okay, and I'm going to squish it down just a little bit. And I'm going to break up this bacon. Put a couple of pieces of bacon on there. You know what? I'm going to make him both of these bagels. So I'll put mayonnaise on both. So here we have one bagel sandwich ready for the freezer. I have some tinfoil over here. Now, if I thought these were going to stay in the freezer a long time, I would wrap them in saran wrap first. Now, I know some people say not to put tinfoil on directly on your food, but these aren't going to be in my freezer long enough to hurt. In fact, I doubt they even make it to the freezer, knowing my husband's going to come in hungry from the farm in just a little bit. So, we're going to make this for him as well. And I have one more bagel left, so if I get to the end of this and we have plenty of egg mixture left, we'll go ahead and make him that third one. 2. All right. So, again, we're going to go in with some egg mixture. And it's not going to hurt my feelings if I have enough egg mixture to eat on today. Now you can by all means add some hot sauce. You know, Bryant does not like hot sauce, so I'm not going to add that, but let's add a few onions and peppers to this one. He likes onions and peppers when they're sauteed, so he'll like this. All right. There we have another sandwich ready for the freezer. Like I said, they're not going to make it. Okay, so all right, I have some tortillas here, and these are the carb balanced tortillas. They're lower in carb. Not only are they lower in carb, I believe they are softer, much softer. Now these are the whole wheat. They're 2 net carbs. They're just really small, and I don't think it'll hold my stuff. So we're going to use the flour ones. Now we're not going to put any mayonnaise on these. I will say you could grab salsa and sour cream and put on these. But the way we eat them, we eat it with salsa and sour cream. But the way we eat it is we have our burrito, or our breakfast burrito. We have it, and we have a side of sour cream and salsa, and we just kind of put it on top and then take a bite. So that's how we do it. But if you eat the salsa inside, by all means, go ahead and put your salsa inside. Now, I'm going to break this up a little bit because I want it to be a little bit looser. So we're going to put our egg mixture. The power just went out, y'all. I'm not sure why. But I hope you can still see me. Our power just went out. I'm so thankful I was through cooking. Okay, so to this, that is so weird. To this, we're going to put some peppers and onions. I'm also going to put a little bit of cheese on this. And we're just going to fold it up like a burrito. I'm going to take the end in. Actually, I'm going to take both ends in. And then we're going to just roll it up, stuffing all the goodness inside. I'm going to get my tinfoil over here. I hope y'all can see me. Good thing the battery on my phone's up. All right, and now we have a burrito ready for the freezer. All right, let's make another one of those. I'm not even going to make me, yeah, I am. Start saying I'm not going to make me one, but I believe I will. To mine, I'm not going to put any, peppers and onions. And I think mine's got plenty of cheese for me. I added it to Bryant's, but I I think for me, it's got plenty of cheese. So I'm going to keep my food in there, roll it up. And that's all there was to mine. Mine's super easy. All right, guys. Hang on just a second. Sorry, guys. That was my husband calling saying, do we have power? And I said, no, we don't have power. He said he heard a transformer blow. He was out in the pasture and he heard it. He heard it blow. He said it sounded like a shotgun going off. Okay, so I'm going to make another burrito for Bryant. I need to keep that one separate. Let's make Bryant another burrito. And then I'll just pack everything else up. We can freeze the tater tots again. And won't hurt them a bit. I did those on 365 in the air fryer for about 12 minutes, I think. All right. Alrighty. Put him some onions and peppers on there and some cheese. And I'm going to surprise him. I've got one little piece of bacon left. So I'm going to surprise him and put that little piece of bacon in there. What I'm going to do is I've already eaten breakfast for the day. Squishing it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stick this egg mixture in a container. And that'll be my breakfast or my supper or something. So I have much more. I could go much further, but I think I'm going to save this for our breakfast tomorrow. So there we already have a breakfast already ready for tomorrow. We have several burritos, several bagel. Oh, I could make one more bagel sandwich. Let's make one more bagel sandwich. I think Bryant will really love these bagel sandwiches. I think that's definitely, and it gets rid of my bagels, so that's a good thing. I think he's really going to like this. Where'd my mayonnaise go? So this was fun, just hanging out with you guys in the dark. Who would have thought we'd be hanging out in the dark together? Now, you could do these bagels if you like pork tenderloin. Oh my goodness. Fry up some pork tenderloin, put these on a bagel sandwich. Sausage and mustard, anything, it would be delicious. So, it's endless ideas that you can do. Now, when I do the bagel sandwiches, I try to find a kind of a solid piece of egg that I haven't chopped up too terribly bad, like that. And this one won't have any bacon on it. So, there we go. There's another, where's the tinfoil? Another bagel sandwich. Now, like I said, if you were cooking for a crowd, if you have kids at home or grandkids, you could make tons more. Like, you could just do this forever and make as many as you wanted. I know it's just me and Bryant, and occasionally Judah, but he usually comes with a Pop-Tart in hand. And Isaac has definitely taken a toll on our breakfast sandwiches that we made all last week. So, let me clean all this up and we'll kind of go through what we've got. I did 10 eggs, a pound of sausage. I have some left over that I'm going to put in a container. And I have some onions and peppers that we can put in a little container for something. Some tater tots. So let me clean everything up. We'll go through what we've got and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm getting everything moved over here so I can hold it up and show you and have a little sunlight since I'm in the dark. So give me just a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to go through what I have and how many meals I have from 10 eggs, a pound of sausage, 4 slices of bacon, a little bit of cheese, and some peppers and onions and some mayonnaise and a third of a bag of tater tots. Well, let's go through the leftovers first. I still have pretty much almost a third of a bag of tater tots. So, we'll have to find something to eat these with tonight. Just a little bit of peppers and onions that we can put in spaghetti sauce or something. I can just add to it, throw it in to season anything. I have my breakfast for tomorrow, which is my egg and sausage and cheese mixture. That'll be plenty for me for breakfast tomorrow. Okay, so here we have a freezer breakfast meal with tater tots as a side, the egg mixture with a few peppers and onions. So there's one meal. Actually, there's two meals because I have my breakfast for tomorrow. So there's two. Here I have 3 breakfast burritos and 3 bagel sandwiches. So we have 3, 6, 7, 8 meals from just that little 4 pieces of bacon, 10 eggs, a pound of sausage. 4 meals. I mean, 4 meals because individual meals. So, anyway, plus a few leftovers. So, I think this was a successful day of freezer meal for me and Bryant because you never know what the farm. We got some nights coming up that we're working on because it's getting close to sale time. The power company's here. Go figure. Bryant must have called it in. So, anyway. We'll see you in just a minute. So I figured the power company was going to need to talk to me, but they actually went on up the driveway. But hopefully we'll have power back on in just a little bit. These transformers blow quite often. I'm not sure why. But anyway, I'm super excited. I'm not going to put these in the freezer right yet because I'm not going to open the freezer while we're out of power. But they'll be ready for the freezer once the power comes back on. And if they even make it to the freezer, I have a feeling one of these somewhere will not make it to the freezer. I'm just not sure which one it'll be. So, okay, I will see you guys tomorrow. I don't know what this week holds as far as videos go. I have a lot of night activities to where I won't be cooking. So, I'm not sure what these days hold, but we will figure it out. We'll figure it out. Okay, so, and I have Judah tomorrow, so, we really don't know what the day will hold. So, I will see you guys tomorrow on the Farmer and Pastor's Wife for a surprise video, because who knows, it'll be a surprise to me too. So thank you for joining us. Remember, if the grease is hot enough, you can fry anything. Bye, y'all. But you can't do it in the dark unless you're outside or on a wood cook stove. Pray for power. Hey, I have a gas stove. You can fry anything if the grease is hot enough and you have a gas stove. Bye, y'all.